Scott Morgan here, Michigan Sports Radio. Joining me tonight is Coach Pete VanKempen of the Coopersville boys varsity basketball team. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Scott. Good to be here.
Hey, let's talk a little bit. We're getting ready, close to start districts, but let's talk about this season. Get your thoughts on overall.
Super excited about our season. I think if you'd have told us in November that we'd be playing for a conference championship in the last day of the season, we would have been no way. We felt like we were replacing a lot of kids, a lot of scoring. We knew we were replacing a lot of scoring. We knew that we had a lot of improvement, but we had some returning kids. Weren't sure how we were going to mesh together. And then we got off, we won our first two games, but I wouldn't say in fine fashion by any means. We struggled pretty hard in both games, and then, we got on a losing streak, lost to Spring Lake, lost to Big Rapids, lost 5 games in a row, got killed by Byron Center, turned around and played actually pretty well against Spring Lake, can't make any shots, lose, then we lose at Big Rapids in another game where played pretty well. It turns out they're pretty good. They're 21-1. But we lost in a pretty close game. Felt like we should have won. And then we lost to the two Zeeland schools in their tournament. So we're 2-5. And Nick Hendon, Coach Hendon, said, we're going to run the blue. I like our team. I think we're going to do great in the blue. And it turned out to be a profit. Beating Unity Christian the first game was probably the stepping stone for our team to realize we were a pretty good basketball team. Unity's got a 12-9 record or whatever, but they're Unity. Every game's a dogfight with them, and we really battled in that game and found a way to win, and that really jumped off our season. I felt like, and we kind of stayed at the top of the blue all year long, and then we probably only lost one game that we probably shouldn't have, and even then, I felt like Holland Christian was a really tough matchup for us. I was dreading that game all weekend going into that because I knew what it would be like. And they took it to us a little bit. We lost, to set up the championship game with Hamilton. And you guys, if anybody's listening, they probably watched the game.
Yep. And
I don't know. I've been a part of a lot of good basketball games, and that's near the top. That was a great high school basketball game, and we just came out on the short end. But overall, if you'd have told me 14-8, second in the conference, playing for the conference championship at the end, I would have said, take it right now. Take it right now.
I'm all in.
Yeah, we're all in. And I was really excited with how we did. I'm excited at the growth of the team. We've really seen a lot of growth in our juniors the last couple weeks, last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Not only juniors that have been playing a lot of minutes, but juniors who haven't been. And I think I like next year's product too.
We get ready for districts, and we draw Grand Haven for Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember last year's game against Grand Haven. I'm sure they do too, as well as you do. What are you expecting from this team?
From our team or them?
Grand Haven's team, yeah. What do you...
We're going to get their best shot. I think if we would have not played them last year, or if we would have lost them last year, it'd be a little different. I think this is a highly motivated game for both teams. I think for them, it's a revenge game in a lot of ways. I think they think they're a better team this year than they were last year. I'm not sure that's true. I think they're very good. They were very good last year. They're very good again this year. But it will be we're going to have to play great to win. I think we have the toughest draw you could possibly get in the district, where we have to play, of all the teams, we have to play Grand Haven first, then beat Reese Puffer, who's very, very good right now, and then beat Muskegon. I don't know if we've ever, even last year, Union ended up being pretty good, and they were pretty good, but they weren't Grand Haven. And so to have to beat 3 teams in a row like that is going to be something. And we just can't think about it. We just got to play Grand Haven and play the best we can. I think we can compete. That's the number one. Number one is that we can compete, and defensively we can compete with anybody.
I think that's what one of your biggest strengths this year has been. Your defense has been really.
Yeah, it's our number one strength, and our kids know it now. It took us a little while to figure that out. I really do. I think it took us till Christmas break to figure out, okay, we're going to hang our hats on defense. And if we can limit turnovers on our own turnovers, we're going to do okay. And the other thing we did a lot less of is we shot a lot less threes. As the season went on, game by game, we took less shots from the perimeter, and we're a little more patient on offense. Got some buckets at the rim, got fouled, made some free throws, and all that's a recipe for winning a lot of games. And we're going to have to do the same thing Monday. We're going to have to be patient on offense, not give up easy buckets to them, play really hard, which I don't really doubt we're going to do, and we're going to have to make some shots. I think they're going to make us make some shots. We're going to have to, make some threes. But we've been doing that a little better in practice. I'm pretty excited to see how that game goes.
Me too. And I got a chance to talk to the seniors just before you, and one of the things that they talked about, the preseason, or not preseason, but the non-conference games, they were all trying to figure out their roles at that point in time.
That's a good point.
And they said, the Spring Lake game was kind of the, punch in the gut that, okay, it's gut check time. Everybody knows your role now. And I think they said that from there the game became fun to play because we all knew what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things every year for a high school coach, is because you have so much turnover, is defining roles, finding them for kids, talking to kids about what their job is, and figuring out who your players are. I mean, this year, I think we have 3 new starters from what we had at the beginning of the year. We had some sickness, we had some injuries, we had a bunch of things happening. And so once we kind of settled into that, that really did improve us. And we have great senior leadership. I mean, you have kids like Evan and Colton who go from starting to some games are playing no minutes, and yet they're still leaders on the team. They're still telling everybody they're still part of it. They're into the games. Bryce doesn't play in a whole half against somebody. I don't remember what game it was anymore, and comes out and has just an unbelievable second half to kind of get us jump started into the victory, make some big plays. I think it was a Unity game too. Yep. And I mean, that's all you can ask, right? Is that that maturity that some of the younger kids can see and follow. And we've been pretty lucky in our program over the last few years. We just had great kids in senior leadership positions every year. And every year there's great kids in the senior leadership positions. And we're pretty lucky because, I mean, sometimes your best basketball players aren't really great leaders that way and stuff. But they have been for us, and that's been a blessing.
Excellent. Well, like I said, I appreciate you taking the time out here. I'm excited to watch this game and call this game on Monday against
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. I expect it to be just like last year, man. It's going to be pumped up.
Let's be honest. Last year, 0 people expected us to win.
0 people expect you to win.
And I think that's what made it so cool, right?
Yes.
And I think this year expectations are a little bit different, and which makes it harder.
Yep.
And so I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, everybody's kind of now looking at it going, well, hey, we expect you to win.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, so you're like, oh,
yeah.
Hey, I like it that way.
I expect to win every game too. But sometimes it doesn't happen, so we'll see.
Exactly. That's why the kids play the games, and we just let them go out and have fun. Talked with the seniors, like I said, it's going to be a great run. We'll see you all in the Breslin Center, and I even told Gabriel, you thought it's a big crowd here Friday night with Hamilton. You wait till you get in the Breslin Center, and you play in front of that.
Insane.
And he's like, that's way too many people, but hey, he'll give it a try.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you later.
Yep.